Hi, Taoping Airlines Math Industry. Today is Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas. And tomorrow, Christmas Day will be happening, which means many people will be opening gifts and presents. So the unit we'll be reviewing today actually relates to Christmas. We'll be reviewing surface area. The reason why surface area is because many people use this method to wrap like gifts and presents. Like with the wrapping paper, you have to like measure how much wrapping paper you need, and they wrap it around an object so they can turn it into like a gift for Christmas. If that is confusing, here is an example.
Plankton?
Uh-oh.
Initiating lockdown sequence.
Squidward, open up!
So you saw, like, did you see the Krusty Krab and the metal layer, like, covering the Krusty Krab? The surface area is the metal layer because it's covering the building, which is the original Krusty Krab. So the surface area is to wrap or cover something, like cover a 3D object. Here is a paper cube. We're going to be measuring the surface area, and we calculate it by turning this cube into a bunch of 2D shapes in a layout, which is called a net. The net is shown a lot like the dimensions of each individual 2D shape to make the 3D shape, because this is a cube. So when the 2D shapes are lined out like this is what we call a net. One, not that kind of soccer net, it's this kind of net. So, for this one, we have 100 here, 100 here, and 100s everywhere, because since a cube is equal and it has the same sides, each square is going to have the same like area and squared for units. Like surface area is going to be added with all the area answers, like all the answers out of areas for each 2D shape. Then we add them all together. So 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100. That will equal surface area equals 600 units squared. So that is an example of a cube. Let's move on to a rectangular prism. To turn a 3D shape into a 2D shape, you might want to visualize this.
Mr. Krabs, blink if you're alive. Oh, thank Neptune, we're okay.
You saw how the car was a 3D shape, but since it's made of 2D shapes and it's split in half, that is the same thing of here's a cube. That is the same thing of this cube and like tearing it apart and spreading it all out with its 2D shapes. So that's how we can visualize that. So here is the net for the rectangular prism. So first we have the two like squares this side and the other side. So since they're squares, let's say that they're both 9 and 9. The length is 9 and the width is 9. 9 times 9, that is 81. And since this square is going to be the same thing as this square in the back, this also has to do 81. Because this shape is like, the two squares are basically the same shape and the same dimensions. So basically, you're solving more than one math equation. 9 is gonna be like right here, from here to here. But that is one part of the question. The other part is, how are we gonna do from here all the way down to here? We'll say that from here to there, it is 15. So, if 9 is right here, 9 has to be from here to here too. So 9 times 15, because area equals length times width, because the length is going to be 15 and the width is 9. So 9 times 15 is 135. And this is also 135. And all the rest too. Because all the shapes are congruent. They're all the same. Because we have to measure this area by this area, by this area, by this area. Now we measure the two other sides of the shape, add all the areas together, and we get the surface area for this rectangular prism. If we were doing a different shape, such as a sphere, then our net would be a bit different. Each shape, when you're doing surface area, they all have unique nets or unique drawings like this. Because with the cube, all the dimensions are the same. But with the rectangular prism, some of the dimensions are the same and some are not. Each shape is going to be different than the other. So, our last step to find the surface area is add all of these up together. The surface area is going to be 702 units squared. So that is the surface area for this prism. We need at least 702 square units of wrapping paper to cover this whole thing to make it a gift for Christmas. So that was our example of how to find the surface area of a 3D object. Many people get this confused with volume. Surface area is not volume, because with volume,
In you go. Now, march. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Teach this
they're gonna
SpongeBob
turn
lesson on
SpongeBob
7
into milkshake.
obliterate.
Sir, no one's ever survived obliterate.
Silence! He needs to learn. Now, let's see how the boy turned out.
So this is volume.
That was fun. Can I go again?
Just like in the last video with SpongeBob as a milkshake, volume measures what's inside the object. With surface area, we are measuring outside of the object so we can wrap it like a gift. Thank you for watching Taoping Airlines Math Industry. Merry Christmas. Like and subscribe. Have a wonderful holiday.